Stative verbs in Targum Onkelos. In Genesis 1:15, we came across the highlighted word here, which means to give light. In the Aramaic, it's the aphel infinitive construct. In the Masoretic text, it's the hifil. Now, these are the causative stems. What about the basic stem? Well, in Genesis 44:3, the same verb is used for the morning was light in both Aramaic and Hebrew, where the morning was in the state of being light. And it's probably good at this point to review the functions of stative verb stems that we find in Biblical Aramaic for Biblical Interpreters, page 86, using Kof Dalet Shin as it appears in Hebrew texts. For the basic verb form, the pa'al in Aramaic, the subject experiences the state. It's an intransitive verb idea. But notice, in the D and C, the intransitive idea becomes transitive, and now we have an object that experiences the state. It's important to know that. The D stem is not causative. From a dynamic verb standpoint, we might think so. It's where the object is experiencing the state in this factative kind of way. And sometimes, because we don't have these fine distinctions in English, it's difficult to distinguish between the D and the C as far as meaning goes. Let's look at Exodus 29:21. So in the Hebrew, he and his garments will be holy, where we have subject-verb agreement between the third-person masculine singular independent pronoun and v'kadash, where that's a kalji vekatal third-person masculine singular. So he and his garments are in the state of being holy. But then that's brought over in Onkelos to Aramaic with the itpa'al, TD imperfect third-person masculine singular. Now, D stems were transitivizing an intransitive state, but passivization again detransitivizes a verb. So the itpa'al is acting as a passive there. We're detransitivizing again. So once again, it's subject-verb agreement with that third-person masculine singular independent pronoun. He and his garments will be consecrated, though, is a different idea. So there has been a consecrating act performed according to the literal meaning here, because we're no longer in G stems, but in D stems. So, of course, we remember that the Targums are translated documents. We also need to keep in mind what is the Aramaic literally saying in its use of different stems. So this is a case where the Aramaic rendering of a Hebrew stative verb has changed the stem and thus actually changed the meaning, even though, of course, these verbs are cognate. So that's a quick review of stative verbs in Targum Onkelos.